Hi, realtors, and welcome to setup video number 2 to prep you for the Reels Challenge. This one is going to be all about optimizing your Instagram profile, right? In the challenge, we're going to be posting videos, and videos on the Instagram app tend to go to people who are not our followers, right? It is one of the primary ways that you can interact with new people on the app. That being said, if we're getting views and we're getting people coming, like new people coming to our profile, we need to have our profile set up in the best manner possible so that when people come, they know exactly what you're about, what you offer, and why they should follow you, right? And that's what's going to convert these new people to followers and then to potentially clients, right? Because it's like grabbing them and sticking them in buckets, right? We're going to grab just, random people on the internet, and we're going to put them in our follower bucket. And then over time, we're going to post content that's generated toward our followers to eventually, parcel and allocate the followers to be like, these are actually Illinois people who are into real estate, who are then hopefully over time going to convert to the client bucket, right? That's the goal, right? So we need to set up and optimize our Instagram profile now so that you can take advantage of that throughout the challenge, right? That's the idea of this. So very, very important step. Please take your time with this, but set a timer. You're spending no more than 20 minutes on this, okay? You're going to make some decisions. You're going to think through it carefully, but then we're going to move on, right? Because there is so much else to do, not just in this challenge, but in your real estate businesses. So that's what I'm acknowledging right here off the bat. So let's jump on into Instagram. All right. So when you first open the Instagram app, you're going to be brought to your main feed, right? You're going to see circular bubbles along the top. Those are people who have active stories. And then you're going to start to see content generated by other creators. So typically this is going to be people you follow, but Instagram will also push, new accounts to you to kind of check out, right? So it's literally an endless scrollable feed. In order to update your profile, we're going to move to the bottom right to that little circle where your profile picture is, and that should pull up your profile. I'm showing you on mine. So again, I'm going to walk you through this and kind of talk about the different adjustments for real estate. But we're going to start all the way up at the top. You can see my username. So that's Colleen Oshab. My recommendation to you is that your username should be your full name and like realtor. So I would do Colleen Oshab realtor, right? You do need to be careful because you can't just put like, I couldn't put Colleen Oshab real estate because that's one of the no-no words if you're not your own managing broker, right? So there's brokerage things you're allowed to say, and there's individual agent things you're allowed to say. So you can't just say like, I can't say Colleen Oshab real estate. I would have to say Colleen Oshab realtor, Colleen Oshab real estate agent, but that's way too long, right? So you want it to be short and succinct as possible. Some people do fun usernames. So I've seen like, Colleen sells homes, things like that. You do want to be careful though, because this is searchable, right? Your username is searchable on Instagram. So if I'm someone who's trying to come and find you as an agent, if you don't have your full name, it might be a little bit harder to search you, right? However, those keywords of like realtor or sells homes, right? That may help you still come up in the search. So you want to think about this very carefully. And that's why I recommend your full name, realtor, that sort of thing. If you have a team, you can do your team. But again, remember, it's just going to be your name that's searchable and less so a real estate related keyword. Okay. So that is with primary username, right? So Again, username searchable. So we want it to be something that's going to specifically find you, right? You don't want to do like Sunshine Realtor. If that's got nothing to do with your name, that's not good for you, right? The next thing you'll see down here is the profile picture. As a realtor, my recommendation is this is your headshot. And this is the same picture you use everywhere else on the internet, right? So this is on your Facebook business page, your Google business page, your YouTube, your Zillow, your whatever the things, right? Your KW website, all the things, right? So you want it to be the same image across the internet, right? So now I'm putting username to face. It's going to make you, like remembered by these people on the internet who are like going through things so fast, right? So profile picture should be your headshot, just you, not you with other people, right? Just you close up so we can actually see your face. All right, now below that, you will see my name, right? The name line. So I have my full name, and then I have fantasy writer and screenwriter. For you guys, again, you're going to want your full name. But then as we go into the different options for names, it's time to start thinking about other keywords that people could search on Instagram to find you, right? The name portion, just like the username, is searchable. Nothing else on your profile is searchable on Instagram. So again, that's why I do my full name so that if someone is looking for me specifically, they will find me, right? I'm going to pop up really quick. But the second portion is where you guys can really start honing in on keywords for the audiences you want to draw to your page, right? It could be as simple as Illinois realtor or Illinois real estate agent. It could be Illinois residential, Illinois first-time home buyer, senior real estate specialist, right? Anything like that, right? Because those things are going to be searchable. So if I'm a first-time home buyer, maybe I'll search that, or I'm looking Illinois real estate. Oh, Illinois, right? We want you to come up with the keywords that are most important to you, right? How people are going to find you and how they're going to want to connect with you. And this is where we kind of talk about niche and all those different things of who are the people you're trying to attract to your profile. So you could say, Illinois real estate tips and tricks or tips and stats, whatever it is, right? Because if you want people searching real estate tips, then you'd come up, right? Remember, your name and your username are searchable. So this is going to be the most important place you're going to want to include keywords. There is a limit, and you want to keep it short and sweet because it's all got to fit on that one little line. So make sure you think about it a lot. If you want, there is an option to put a category below, and that can be a good option as well. So you can say real estate agent as your category, so you don't have to put it in your name. And I'll show you where you can change that here in a little bit. One quick pause. You can only change your name and your username, I think it's like once or twice every 14 days. So make sure you think about this, write it on a sheet of paper first. Sorry for the flash effect. And before you change this and click save on the app, right? Because you won't be able to change it again. You'll have to wait. So that's a big, big, big piece. Alrighty, the next thing below, you will see my bio. So your bio is going to be the next most important thing, right? You get much time to tell someone why they should follow you. Like, what do you do? What do you have to offer? Why they should follow you? It's all got to live in this like less than 150 characters. So this is very, very important. As you will see in mine, I have the type of fantasy that I write. And then the other, I also write self-growth. And it's very important to me that I want to connect with other cancer warriors. So I've put that in here. It's a big part of the self-growth that I write. So those are really big to me. So for you guys, when we relate it to real estate, it's going to be very similar, like where you're going to mark, and this is if you didn't put it in the name, right? So if it's already in the name, leave it out. But this is where you can put, residential specialist, McHenry County local expert, right? Get specific, senior real estate, et cetera, et cetera. This is the line where you could also add a little bit personal about you if you feel it's a way to connect, right? Like local business lover or something like that, like if it's going to be part of your content, right? So that would be the first line. Then the second line, I normally say, like, if you haven't done location, you should say, like, Chicago, serving Chicago Northwest suburbs, your different locations, right? Like, just a little blurb about where you serve. If you speak another language, it's a good line to put, like, yeah, se habla español, sí, right? You want to include that your business can also function in another language. So that's going to be big, right? And then the third line is our call to action, right? So you could say, discover what your home's worth here. Point to the link below, right? You want to include some sort of call to action. Follow for local entertainment and restaurant recommendations, right? Like whatever it is, right? You want some sort of call to action. So it can either be a call to action as to why they should follow you here, why they should click on the link and go to your website, et cetera, et cetera. So think really careful and again, write and try to generate your bio. You have very little time and it's got to fit on these 3 lines, right? If it goes around to the next line, Instagram's going to have like a more thing. It's going to hide a part of your bio and they're going to have to click more. We want to avoid that. So 3 lines or less. So it's very, very important. You need to think about this succinctly, say it clearly, right? If you need ChatGPT's help, please do that, right? Because this needs to be succinct and tell people immediately why they should follow you. Super important. Now, none of this in the bio is searchable. So if someone was saying like McHenry County real estate expert and that was in your bio, that's not going to help them find you on Instagram. So your content would have to speak to that. Then the last thing you will see at the bottom is my link. So I like beacons. You can use any one link that you would like, right? The biggest thing is make sure you do not pay for one, right? So if the one link charge says they're going to charge you something, that's not the one link program to use. The free versions do just fine. Save yourself the money, right? The benefit of the one link is that this link will always stay the same here on Instagram, but on the back end, you could change it at any time, right? And the one link is going to have a bunch of different options. So you can say, first-time home buyers, search for homes here. Searching for your next home, search for home here. Thinking about selling, what's your home worth? Click here, right? You can have all of those different links all put into the one link. I will be doing another video on the one link itself, but that's going to be very, very important to add. And I'm reiterating again, this should not just be your website. It should be a one link with a lot of different options. Before we go into editing, I'm going to move down to one more thing. So you will see below professional dashboard and then edit profile is the little bubbles, which are highlighted stories. I'm going to point them out because they are important to an Instagram strategy if you're going to use this robustly, right? If you're willing to dedicate a lot more time, it is worthwhile to consider highlighted stories. The highlighted stories are one created from stories you've made in the past. So one, you'd have to have a story posting strategy to build those highlights, right? You can't just, create them out of the blue. They have to be posted and then selected from things you've previously posted to save in the highlight to be permanent, right? Stories last for 24 hours. So you can just like post a story to save it to your highlight, right? So it's part of a different strategy. But if you're going to use highlights, the big thing is that the covers matter and it needs to start to match your brand. So you'll see in mine, I like green, but somehow this purple pink mountain thing became kind of the brand colors of my first book. So that is why it is here, right? And so the covers are going to really matter. You're going to probably build the covers in Canva and do that sort of thing. So if you have highlighted stories, we need to think about that. If you have not yet done highlighted stories, let's not worry about it for this challenge. That'll be something to worry about later if you want to do a lot on Instagram. All right, now let's dive into actually editing it. So we're going to go to that edit profile button here right in the middle. And then this is where you can come to edit all of that information. You can see I am paying for Meta Verified. My friends got it for me for my birthday, and I'm testing it out. So if I were to change my name, my profile picture, I would have to resubmit verification to Meta Verified and submit my driver's license. So that would delay this process a bit. But if you're not Meta Verified, you can go right in and do it today. So you see right in the middle, that's where you can edit your profile picture. The next part is the name, and then you have your username below that. See, that's where you can adjust those. I do like to show my pronouns. You can do your pronouns or not. Then the bio. Now, if you're having trouble typing the bio to be formatted nicely in Instagram, type it first in your Notes app and then copy and paste into Instagram. That will help you a lot. Links is where you're going to add in your one link URL. And then the stuff at the bottom is up to you whether you want to connect. So I do put my gender in. I've connected it to a Facebook business page. So if you want to connect your Instagram to your Facebook business page, this is where you will come to do it. Then, you can post like just on your Facebook and it'll also post to Instagram or vice versa, which is really nice. This is where category is. So if you want to mark you're a real estate agent and have it visible, you would select category there. You can have contact options. So I highly recommend email, phone, all the ways people can contact you. It will show up as a bubble on your profile. And then in profile display, if you want to display your category and contact info, you do have to toggle both of these on, which would be the little dot going to the right. So that is the way you edit your profile. All right. That was long enough for this video. I hope it was helpful. Again, set a timer. Don't spend more than 20 minutes on this, but make sure it's a good representation of you because it's going to help you convert those viewers to followers in the future in the challenge. The next video, we're coming back to kind of the best methods of crafting reels and different options like that. So I hope to see you in the next setup video. And for now, just keep chugging along. You got this, guys. All right. See ya.